Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Aphrodite, aka Madam Suave. If you are new here, I would like to welcome you to the community. Be sure to check the description box below and like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to. Remember that energy is timeless and fluid. This could be past, present, or future energy. Flip roles if they need to be reversed, unless it resonates, leaving the rest of what it's meant for. So we're gonna go ahead and jump straight into the message today. We do have I'm just gonna tell you guys straight out of the gate, we do have, a bit of anger that is lingering and that is present, okay? And there is a warning incoming for you, okay, about someone who is very angry and who is holding and carrying a lot of anger within them, okay? But so I'm going to let you guys know what I have here for you guys. We're going to try to get through this quickly. I'm not going to hold you guys. Also, happy Cinco de Mayo, okay, to those of you who celebrate. But you have learned a powerful lesson in storing your emotions, or as I said, there is someone around you who is storing a lot of emotions towards you, who is destructing, and you are being warned about them. I will tell you guys that Kali Ma energy came out, okay? So this is, like, when I say destructive energy, this is a very destructive energy, or someone who is, like I said, destructing, self-destructing. So this is someone who is going through a tower or a crisis, and you are very fertile at this time, giving birth to new things with the power to nurture and carry your ideas, okay? For someone, you may be literally pregnant, all right? And so protect your belly at this time, protect your womb. But this is someone who is struggling to find stability or going through some sort of identity crisis, okay? They're in a dark place and you have so much spark that seems to never go out. You are able to bring non-fertile ground back to life. And it's like they want to know how, but it is not something that you teach. It's something that you learn through deeper wisdom, cultivating patience and stillness, taking time to meet and re-meet yourself over and over again, to break and rebuild, to learn your own weaknesses and turn them into strengths, then do it all over again. Because where there is a strength, there will always be a weakness. But as you climb, those weaknesses only seem like a lesser strength and less of a weakness. All are stepping stones when you already know your higher self and higher purpose. But if you lack connection with yourself altogether, you constantly stumble and fall, unable to get back up because it's not your ladder to climb. So this is someone who is struggling with honesty, or someone who struggles with honesty because they struggle being honest with themselves. So this is hurting them and doing damage, okay? This spiritual element is beginning to manifest itself in the body, all right? There is a disconnect from the inner voice or resentment towards what their inner voice is telling them, so they become lost and their mind is being overpowered and burdened. These burdens are taking up too much space, so the other parts of their brain are beginning to lose function. Things that should come naturally to them aren't coming so naturally to them anymore. And let me just say, for some of you guys, I was also picking up on Alzheimer's, okay? That is a side note for someone here that could be relevant, okay? But strings are being pulled, and I mean this metaphorically speaking, okay? Causing tension, agitation, possibly headaches, okay? Or brain pain. So they are exhausting a lot of energy that's being directed outwards because they have reached capacity. So this is overflow, okay? Overflow, and they cannot take anymore, but more keeps coming in or rising. These could be very deep-rooted emotions, okay, deep emotions, and it's like they want to let them out but are afraid what will happen if they do. And for some of you guys, like I said, there is warning energy here. There is warning energy out here. So something is more serious than you think, but you are not grasping the gravity of it all. Something is getting ready to blow up and you may get caught in the backwind of the fire. So they want to see you get burned, okay? Someone wants to see you get burned. Someone who, you may not think, or someone who you are not suspecting of, okay? Or maybe you have been suspecting, but you just kind of, like I said, for some of you guys, you just haven't necessarily pulled the trigger, okay? For some of you, this is a sexual situation for someone, okay? Maybe this could be, I don't know, some ex or some sort of like past lover who something happened to them and now they want the same thing to happen to you, okay? They want you to feel what they feel, but you didn't do what they did and you are not them. So they need to suck it up and make better decisions. One thing I will never understand is people who blame others for their own decisions and their own mistakes. Okay, so that's kind of, maybe for someone, you are telling someone to suck it up. Okay, maybe someone is constantly complaining to you, but it's like you wouldn't be in the position that you were in if you would not have done XYZ. Okay, but your ability to remain in position is unmatched. You are unshakable And it really is an art and mastery that has taken a lot of time, discipline, and devotion. It takes a lot of heart, courage, trust, and balance. This is a form of martial arts, okay? These are downloaded practices of your ancient DNA and ancient lineage. So you work with master teachers in the spirit, and you are a master learner who never forgets the lessons that you have learned or the ones who have taught you along the way, okay? So when I'm saying master learner, you are also a master teacher here, okay? Still learning from master teachers as you kind of continue to learn, right? Like I said, a teacher never stops learning. Even when they pass, they are still teaching you, and you are their living legacy who amplifies their voices, restoring lost arts, reviving and elevating the treasures that they left behind. You are very precious to the spirit realm. You are literally their baby with a very important mission, and this is why you are so protected and why they hold you to a certain standard, as well as others who approach. Because your spirit guides, and like I said, the spirit realm, those who watch over you, your guides, your protectors, they can see things that you cannot and what you overlook or ignore. You are wise, but hold a lot of empathy, giving you a greater capacity to love, even when it is hurting you. You are a healer who has had to learn where to invest because people abuse your healing power. There are people who secretly hate you but are seeking you for your power, and they are being blocked. So their messages cannot come through. Whatever messages, downloads, or information that they need to hear are unknown to you because you are not meant to help them, or they cannot be helped, or they acted like they did not need your help. They did not believe in time, and now the offer is off the table. So this is someone who was too intimidated and chose to suffer instead. Instead of letting go of control, they are losing control and were reprimanded, okay? And for someone, this is God talking, okay? Because one thing that people don't understand is God moves and works through people. So it's like when you deny people who are sent, guess what? You denied and turned down your help that God sent for you. So in romance, you or someone else has had to learn to release or open up about their emotions because it has stopped them from achieving their manifested desires. It went from trying to regulate and protect to having no sense of urgency and becoming complacent. So for some of you, it's like someone was thinking that you were going to wait, and it's kind of like you are choosing not to wait or no longer kind of putting yourself on hold. For some of you guys, like I said, this could have been something that your ancestors were telling you to let go of like a long time ago, okay? And something is past its expiration date. That is something that I am getting. I'm not necessarily getting that, but like I said, take it how it resonates, okay? Because there are some intertwined messages here, okay? So you're gonna have to kind of know. This person may not be a divine counterpart. This could just be someone who you were meant to let go of, okay? Maybe someone who was kind of stringing you along. So they are relying on you knowing, and it is not enough. There is someone trying to cause problems, but at the same time, they have the power to do something about it, but are being timid amidst a war, okay? Okay, so what I'm getting is that they did not believe in what was foretold to them. They don't want to sabotage this and may be upset with themselves, but there is a lot that comes with you and a lot that goes with you as well. The answers, what the hell? Okay, I'm sorry, but hold on. They're seeking, okay, maybe someone is seeking some sort of answers, because I meant to write the ancestors, but I wrote the answers. So maybe someone is seeking, some sort of answer or something, but the ancestors are saying, if you want it, then act like it. They did not understand the seriousness, so they are showing them the seriousness, okay? And there are multiple scenarios intertwined within this, like I said, okay? So we have some romantic energy, and then like I said, some of you guys are being warned, and this is kind of overflow from that energy, okay? So they did not understand the seriousness, so they are showing them the seriousness. Or for some of you guys, you are being shown the seriousness because you did not, it's like you were ignoring all of the signs, okay? Yes, so multiple scenarios intertwined, but this is forced change. The harder they fight, the worse it is going to hurt. The harder they fight, the worse it is going to hurt. So this could be creating a lot of emotional pain, or someone is feeling a lot of emotional pain. But also, someone feels so much that they are afraid that they're going to start vomiting of the mouth. Okay, I was also hearing running of the mouth. So this could be some sort of speaking or talking behind someone's back here, okay? So like I said, someone is afraid, afraid of how much they feel, afraid of, what will come out if they try to express themselves. But fear will trick you out of your spot. So they are choosing to rise above it, or are being forced to rise above it. There's a lot that they want to express, but they need to express that to you if they want you to know. And so one of the reasons why, maybe something is not coming through the messages is because they want to be the one to express this to you, or to be able to tell you whatever this is, okay? And it is not meant to come through this way. It is meant for them to tell you directly, okay? So they are not wanting this information to come out, is another thing that I am getting as well, all right? But what I will tell you is that they want something to be permanent, so they need to wield the sword, right? Because there are a lot of other knights incoming, okay? There are a lot of other knights incoming, okay? So you are in the position to change your situation if you want to, okay? So that is the end of today's message. If you enjoyed this message, if you got anything from this message, if you found this message to be helpful to you, and if you enjoy my channel, my content, my energy, etc., I do ask that you like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to. And I'll see you guys all next time. I love you all. Bye.